Today I'm joined by a panel of men. As per usual, we men get to talk about what we men really talk about. The program aims to make sure that what is left in the dark definitely comes to light.
I did see my father physically abusing my mother, so I didn't grow up with that I should beat a woman, because I hated what my dad did to my mom.
You know, whether this older woman does it with you, whether she, violates you, it's sort of seen that boosts your egoism.
Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Precious, and I'm with my friend here. Say hi. The theme for this week is public transport. But before we begin, let us sanitize our hands. Let's rub side out. Then we spread out our hands so that we don't touch the person next to you. And we do it in front as well. You must remember to social distance, and when you are going out, always wear your mask. In today's lesson, we are going to talk about capital letters, punctuation, plural nouns, and grammar. Let's now turn to page 21, where we are going to talk about capital letters and full stops. A full stop, then capital letters. Okay, these are our capital letters, and we are given sentences here which are muddled up, which means the words are not in order. So we want to start by looking at the first sentence. And because we are doing capital letters and full stops, you must remember to start a sentence with a capital letter, and at the end of each given sentence, you must always put a full stop. Okay. We have words butterfly, there, set, flower, there, and on. We are going to use these words to come up with a sentence. And in this case, our sentence will be there, butterfly, set, on the flower. Then we put a full stop. And we started our sentence with a capital letter. I can also do the second one with you. We have words like used, then rain, my umbrella, there, I, and in. Okay. So here we'll come up with a sentence. I used my umbrella, in the rain. And remember to put a full stop. And every time you are writing I, you must write a capital letter, even if it's in the middle of the sentence. We don't write a small letter I in the middle of the sentence. Now, grade 2s, I want you to do number 3, number 4, number 5 from the booklet on your own. That's all about capital letters and full stops. Thank you. Let's now move on to page 22, where we are going to talk about plural nouns. When we say plural nouns, it means more than one, as it is written in your booklet, making more than one. So there will be 2, they can be 3, okay? In some plural nouns, we add S, okay? Just add S to make the noun plural. For example, we have a bat. So we say bats. However, we have some nouns where we cannot just add S. Like if a word ends with S, like here you add ES. Some plural nouns you must add ES. Let's give an example. We have bus. What is the plural for bus? You put buses. Okay? Then we go to some nouns where you must add IES. Add IES. Especially to those nouns ending with Y. I'm going to give one example. We have berry. Okay? This is berry. What do we do here? We write berries. Okay. So I want you to go through the words given or the nouns given and change them to plural nouns. So you do from number 1 up to 10. Grade 3s. And now let's move on to page 23, where we are given sentences and we must choose or we must identify plural nouns. Grade 3s. Let's do number 1. We are told to draw a box around each plural noun that you can see from a given sentence. Okay? Let me rub here. Okay. Let's do number 1. Hair pencils. I want you to correct in your booklet. You can also correct yours. Good. Correct it. Write pencils there. Hair pencils. So it's supposed to be hair pencils were or missing. Okay. In this case, pencils is our plural noun, so we draw a box like this. Okay. Now we move on to another one. We have number 2 here, the boy. The boy jumped. Across the rock. The rocks. Okay. So in this case, the word or the noun in plural is rocks. So you put a box like that. So I want you to check all the plural nouns and put boxes in your booklet. That's all about plural nouns, grade 3s. Thank you. Let's now turn to page 24, where we are going to form words using phonics. And I have phonic words here. This is J. I also have V. Then W. And P. This is P. Then N. Okay. So we want to replace the beginning sound to form a new word. As you can see, I have different pictures here. So we want to form words by replacing the beginning sound with one of these letters. Okay. We have this. What is it? It's a pet. So we come and check here. Do we have for pet? Yes. We put, then it will be a pet. And we also have this picture. What can you see? Don't confuse and say we have a pet and a pet. No. This is a vet. A person who takes care of animals. So we check, how do we write vet? We know how to write vet. We go and check here at the letters, then we take V to make it a vet. The word vet. So this is what I want you to do. Identify the pictures from your booklet. They are in your booklet. You identify them and finish the remaining 3. Form a new word by replacing these letters at the beginning of one of these words. You check, where does N fit? You come here or here or here. You just choose where you can come up with a word which goes together with the picture given. That's all about phonics, grade 2s. Thank you. Let's now turn to page 25, where we are going to talk about much or more. Where do we use much? Where do we use more? Okay. We use much when you are talking about uncountable nouns. And where do we use more? You use more when you are talking about things that you can count. Those are countable nouns. Okay. I have examples given At number 1, there's a question. How dash books did you buy? From our booklet, go to number 1. It's written, how dash books did you buy? We can count books. So we say, how many books did you buy? And this is a sentence, but it's a question. So at the end of the sentence, you put a question mark, okay? Let's do number 2 together. How dash water is there? Can you count water? No. So, you write, how much water is there? It's also a question. So we put a question mark at the end of the sentence. Now I want you to do number 3 up to 10 on your own from our booklet. That's all about much or more. Thank you so much for the lesson. Now it's time to sanitize once again. Let's spray our hands. Let's rub. Side inside. And let's spread out our hands so that we don't touch the person next to us, and we do it in front as well. Okay. Remember to social distance, and every time you are going out, remember to wear your mask. Before we say goodbye, let's say bye to our friend Soshi.
What is social distancing? Hi everyone, I am Zoshi, and I'm back. It literally just means that you need to stay home all the time and keep away from crowded places. And remember to keep your distance from your friends too. Everybody stay safe. Yay! Till next time. Bye!
I'm a medical intern. Africa normally draws its strength from community. I am because you are. Now we're asking the community to break the chain of transmission and stay at home. Help us save lives.
This is my wife, Rajoline. By staying at home, you ensure that my wife comes home to me.
India's Ranthambore Reserve in Rajasthan is home to the rare Bengal tigers. Every year, John Isaac, an Indian-born photographer, travels from New York City to document the lives of these majestic animals.
In the last 10 years, I think my interest has grown tenfold, and I'm very particular about the survival of the tigers.
His goal is to make sure that people everywhere know about the grave danger Bengal tigers face: extinction. John holds seminars and photographic exhibitions from his visits to Ranthambore to raise awareness of the plight of these tigers. He's currently working on a book to document their dilemma due to an increasing human population encroaching on their territory. According to John and wildlife experts, each tiger needs as much as 9 square kilometers to survive, just under 4 square miles. The relationship between tigers and people has always been difficult, but now, with much less territory to roam, tigers often wander into human settlements.
The conflict between the villagers and the tigers has always been there, and then government tries to compensate. If a tiger kills a goat or a cow, they pay a certain amount to the villagers.
In the past, tigers used migration corridors or routes followed by wildlife for travel between summer and winter habitats. Now these pathways have been taken over by people who use them as living quarters and to reap firewood.
We are trying to work with the communities living around and trying to reduce their forest dependency so that we can conserve this corridor patch for the smooth and easy movement of tigers.
Jamuna Devi, a farmer, lives near one of the migratory corridors. She used to depend on the forest for grazing pastures. Now, thanks to a World Wildlife Fund initiative, Jamuna no longer needs to rely on the forest for her family's survival. The secret? Introducing new alternative crops closer to her home.
साल बोया हमने खुद ने और ये तो अभी यही साल बोया है ये आया होया कांदा है हम 25 रोज को तो तारीख को तो बोया ही है और रोज में अंतर तो आगा भूलने लगा.
The success of this project has led to even more changes. Jamuna decided to plant fodder for her cattle on her excess land to further preserve the habitat of the tigers. She has also switched to cooking gas so that she doesn't have to collect forest wood for fuel.
जंगल में सब दुनिया ने जाबे छोड़ दिया होता सब बे होगी कोई काम नहीं करा लकड़ी को भी नहीं करा जंगल में जाने से भी परेशान है दुनिया गैस भेज दिया सबन के घर घर में देख सभी सिलेंडर पकड़ते और रुपया को कोई समझते ही नहीं है अब भीतर भरा लावा.
Climate change also has a direct impact on the habitat of tigers.
The last 2 or 3 years, they say, there's been a drought. The rains have not been regular.
Climate change is a serious problem in this country, even it's in the continent. So keeping these forest areas alive and protected is the only solution. This year we have raised a nursery of 10,000 saplings. Forest department have shown their interest. They bought around 2,000-3,000 saplings.
The idea is to plant new trees to replace those lost to severe weather conditions and human activity. Poaching used to be a major threat to Bengal tigers, but thankfully the number of big cats killed by poachers has plummeted due to measures implemented by law enforcement agencies, resulting in less demand for tiger products. especially the introduction of camera traps and digital apps, which automatically take photos of moving tigers and suspicious persons moving around in the forest.
Every time I hear something like that, I feel so good, in some ways, some things are working, and so this is what drives me to come and do this. In my lifetime, if the tigers are extinct, I don't know how I'll handle that.
This report was produced by Mary Ferreira for the United Nations.
Let's talk about the coronavirus outbreak here in Africa. How do you get people to regularly wash their hands when water is scarce? How do you get people to work from home when majority of Africans work in the informal sector?
People are dying and suffering.
More importantly, how do you get a vibrant and dynamic continent to stop in its tracks? Welcome to The Breakdown, BBC Africa's COVID-19 special program, helping you make sense of the crisis.
Good day and welcome to What We Men Get to Talk About. My name is Adriano Fisaki. Today's program, well, I'm not joined by men, however, by a panel of ladies. And I might be rolling down my window and just screaming. That might make certain women feel good, boost their confidence. But for some, they're just going to go like, but hey, why are you screaming at me or why are you shouting at me? I don't need your comment on how beautiful I look.
I don't know.
No, I feel great. No, it makes me feel awful.
Yeah.
Because you are expressing power over me, actually. You are expressing power over me.
Yeah.
If you walk up to another, like if a man walks up to another man and says, "Hey, sexy," you're going to get punched.
Yeah.
Because it's not appropriate.
It starts with men. They are very dominant and have so much power over everything around them. I would blame us as well, like we women, because we get to be very reluctant and we endure different things, different situations that are really that one have to pull out of.
Hello and welcome to today's episode of 700 Club Nigeria. Today on 700 Club Nigeria, a woman encounters inexplicable pain after the delivery of her baby. An interesting chat with the Israeli ambassador to Nigeria. Plus, we learn about the power within our spoken words.
My cushion in the land of the living, help me sing. As for me, and my house we will serve.
We know the world is a crazy place right now, but don't panic. Take a breath, slow down, or better yet, stop completely. We'll still be here when everything settles down. In this time of uncertainty, look to nature. She has all the answers, you know. We're not only giving ourselves time to reset, we're giving nature time to restore, revive, restart. We're saving ourselves and we're saving the world. Stay home now so that we can welcome you to Namibia again soon. Yes, the world's a crazy place right now, but don't despair.